everyone. Come on in because we are coming back for an exclusive video for Ready to Love, y'all. They dropped an exclusive clip on their YouTube channel. We're going to watch it together, see what's going on. But it is a date between Deanna and Hussein, and it looks like it's going to go left. They calling it the friction between Deanna and Hussein is electric. So let's take a look, and we're going to talk about it as we go along.
Dee, how are you?
Hi, Hussein. How are you?
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So tonight I asked Deanna out, mainly because I just wanted to clear the air, because after me and Deanna's horseback riding date, me and Deanna definitely got some weird energy. Communication is big.
Yeah. To be honest, you don't seem like a communicator. I'm gonna be honest.
I am.
You know what you give me? You give me, if you don't like something, you linger on it.
But I'm ready to speak and come.
Okay, so first of all, if y'all remember that scene, I guess Hussein said he felt one of his strong suits was communication. And what Deanna said was, to be honest with you, you don't come off as no good communicator. She just rude, y'all. I don't know why Deanna got to say this kind of stuff. What for? She act like somebody making her say it. I don't really like when people say, oh, I'm a straight shooter. Well, you could be a straight shooter, but that don't mean that you always have to shoot. You see, there's a difference. Sometimes you can put your gun in your holster. You don't always have to shoot. But when you pull it out, you can be a straight shooter. But what Deanna does is she pulls out her shooter all the time. And what she needs to do is leave it in the holster. Because in this scenario, when someone says they think they're a good communicator, even if you don't agree, unless they are your good friend, you should just say, oh, really? Why? What makes you a good communicator? Why do you think you're a good communicator? Why don't you ask questions? Why is the first thing you're doing is giving an opinion of somebody that you just met on a date? This is crazy. So it looks like Hussein said, you know what? We got off to a wrong start on the date. Let's see if we can get on a better footing. Let's keep going.
To some kind of common ground and get some clarity. Me and you spoke after the date, even because I really, to be honest, I didn't like the way that it ended. All right, you get what I'm saying? So when it went that way, I was kind of like, but
So let me help you out. When you said,
okay, what did she just say? He just said, hey, you know what? That last date, I really didn't like the way it ended. Basically saying he's a little bit confused. Basically, inherently, kind of what he's saying is, I just want to talk about it. And then what she says is, let me help you out. What's wrong with Deanna? If Deanna don't know why she's single, then we need to let her know why she's single, because no one wants to communicate like this with you, Deanna, not even a woman. I really don't know what person would want to communicate with Deanna in this respect. If I come to you and say, hey, you know what? I don't really know what went wrong with our conversation, kind of went left, took a wrong turn, but I want to come here and talk about it a little bit, maybe iron it out. And you tell me, let me help you out. You're not just helping me. We're here to help each other. Why is it got to be you got to help me out? Once again, here you are in the superior position, the dominant position, whereby what? I need help. I really don't need that much help. But I'm just trying to be a good person to come here to talk to you. But now you're going to be talking about, let me help you out. Let me help you out. Let me help you understand why I got a bad attitude. No, Deanna, if I really want to know why you got such a effed up attitude, like all y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm about to say. If I really want to know why you got a bad attitude, I got to go back in time. Because I know right now that whatever anger Deanna has, whatever issues Deanna has, it didn't start with Hussein. Ain't no way Deanna's going to make me believe that the only person she's got an attitude with is Hussein. That means the problem is not Hussein. The problem is Deanna. Because you know what? We saw the same attitude with Cam. So it's Cam's fault too, Deanna. Why is it going to be everybody's fault but Deanna's? That's what I'm picking up about Deanna. No, she's the best communicator in town. She a straight shooter. Bang, 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 bang. Everybody else got a problem, and she here to help everybody out. Let me help you out. Well, let me help you out, Deanna. You need therapy. How about that? How about that for some straight shooting? Did I hit the bullseye? I think I did, but let's keep going.
Firefighting and pushing papers is like the same. That's where it was like, okay, we're done. I'm not the type to text every day.
There's so many things wrong with that statement, from firefighting and pushing papers. So first of all, you elevated yourself and you put a person down that has a white collar desk job. First of all, Deanna, we do more than push papers. Okay. Second of all, I believe the context of the conversation was about everybody should have at least 5 minutes in the day to be able to make a phone call. Deanna now all of a sudden is making this be about saving lives in the fire is more important than pushing papers. Don't be putting down my job, Deanna. Why do you have to put me down? Once again, let me help you out. All you doing is pushing papers. I'm a firefighter. I'm saving lives. Are you really, Deanna, or are you getting cats out of trees? You told us you was training cadets, so you ain't even firefighting no more. You at the firehouse in the back, training cadets how to go up and down poles. This is just ridiculous, Deanna. She act like she don't have no level of intelligence to know that what he wasn't saying was that your job's unimportant. What he was saying was no matter what a person does, we got 5 minutes to call somebody. The fire department is not putting out fires for 24 hours a day. They're not, Deanna. We know it. We see y'all at the donut shop. We see y'all at the grocery store. We see you on the side of the road. We see you a lot of places, Deanna, and you guys are not putting out fires all freaking day long. So let us help you out, because you say that Hussein don't have good communication. You don't have good listening skills. How about that? How about that? And when you say once he's told you that communication is important no matter what you do, you said you was done. Why are you done, Deanna? Why are you done so fast? Because so what? Someone has a different opinion than you, a different thought than you? What's wrong with Deanna? Deanna, how did you get like this? Why are you so antagonistic? Why does it have to be your way? Why do you like to get in these verbal jousting? What is this about? You really need to figure it out, Deanna. And I don't want to hear nothing about, well, it's because I'm a firefighter and I got to be tough and I'm in a male-dominated industry and men are always trying to be chauvinistic or whatever else against me. No, because you know what I think, Deanna? I think you were this way before you became a firefighter, and that's why you became a firefighter, so you could be around a bunch of men, because let me tell you, you definitely ain't your masculine. See, you may want to say that you're masculine because you have a masculine job, but what I'm saying is you was masculine from the beginning, and then you got a masculine job to match your masculine personality. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say the personality came first before the job. Not the job made you who you are, but you chose the job because it fit who you are. And that's a problem. And you need to figure out how you got this way, because I'm going to tell you, you didn't come out the womb like this. You didn't wake up like this out the womb. You became this person somehow, somewhere, for some reason. You need to figure it out, and you need to rewind it and undo it, because no one wants to deal with a person like this, Deanna, not even women. I can't think of anybody. All right, let's keep listening. Let's see if she can get it. Let's see if she can get a little bit better.
At work, I'm in a whole different zone. It's not like I work in an office and I'm like on a computer like, hey, babe, how you doing? How's work? Like, no.
I don't think the magnitude of the job changes because you're putting out fires over here or you're just answering the phone because that's...
Okay, that's ignorant, Deanna. That's real ignorant. It's not like I'm in an office at a desk all day long talking about, hey, how you doing? As if people who have white collar jobs and who work at desks are doing irrelevant things, and that's all we do is sit there and want to talk on the phone. That shows your ignorance, Deanna, to the corporate world. People in the corporate world work very hard, Deanna. People don't just have time to sit around and scroll on Instagram and read text from people too, like you're saying. But you know what? People find time because people get a lunch break. People get a 15-minute break for a coffee break. People people have a commute to work. They got a commute to home. People got to go to the bathroom. They can take a phone call then. There are times, Deanna, when people can take a 10-minute break and send a text to someone, and it doesn't mean that they're fooling around the job doing useless shit. That's not what it means, Deanna. And I'm offended by the fact that you somehow believe that because you're a firefighter, your job then allows you to say you don't want to have no communication with your significant other. Now, we remember the date that you had with, who was it, Khalil? And you were like, listen, if you don't want to call me all day, I'm good with that. Now we know because you don't want to call nobody. And like Khalil said, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in no woman who says, I ain't got time to talk to you all day. I got things to do. I'm a firefighter and all you do is push papers. Girl, you're going to be single for a long, long time. A long, long time. If not, she going to have to cross over and start dating women, and then she can be the man in the relationship with other women. Maybe she can become bi-curious.
It's your profession.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm sorry if you took it and you misunderstood what I was saying, but what I was saying was the person that answers the phone, that sense of importance to both jobs. It wasn't that one is,
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't, knocking your job.
Oh, so she's like, so now that he's trying to explain it to her, she's like, oh, I didn't think of that. Well, then why don't you ask questions instead of always telling people something as if you're the prime authority on everything? Why don't you ask questions? I really wish people would start asking more questions like, well, how did you come to that opinion? How did you come to that conclusion? Why don't people ask questions? If you don't understand where people are coming from, why don't you ask questions before you just automatically say you disagree and you got an attitude about it? She said Hussein ain't no good communicator. Deanna don't have good social skills. I'm gonna say that right now. She does not have good social skills. She's awkward. She's socially awkward. Let's put it that way. She don't think she is, but she is.
Comparing somebody with a desk job and firefighter, I think on this day he's trying to clean himself up because he sees how stupid that sounds.
Okay, first of all, it doesn't sound stupid, Deanna. It doesn't sound stupid at all. I know several firefighters, to be honest with you, and they got a whole lot of time sometimes to call people. So I don't know what you're talking about that it sounds stupid. It's just not true. First of all, firefighters that I know of, first of all, they work these schedules where they only work 10 days on, 10 days off. I don't know. It's some weird schedule. They got a lot of free time. That's why half of them are cheaters a lot, because they got so much free time. So this idea that paper pushers at a desk have way more free time than firefighters, that's actually not true. That's not true, Deanna. Y'all get a lot of time off. And you don't even work 5 days a week, 7 days a week. You may work a straight shift, whatever, for 10 days straight. Then you got the darn near the whole rest of the month off. What's she talking about? And like I said, and she's a cadet trainer. She ain't even on the front lines putting out no fire. Deanna, she calling Hussein stupid. She sounds stupid.
Could make it make sense to me, but for you, that works for you, you know what I mean? But your job is what you have to do.
Okay, so it feels weird, fake. I put my career first, and you see compromise, okay?
Got it.
And definitely mad awkward.
When I wanted to be single.
Okay, so there you go. Get to it. You put your career first. So instead of saying your job is more important than a paper pusher with a white collar job, just say it really doesn't matter what your job is because I'm going to put my job first. There you go. Since you're a straight shooter, shoot straight, Deanna, because right now you're not shooting straight. You're shooting crooked because instead of just saying what you just said, which is, I put my job first. Therefore, I don't want to be calling no one during the day. Instead, what you flipped it around and called him stupid for saying that you have time to call somebody. So are you a really straight shooter, Deanna? No, you're not. You're not no straight shooter. You're a crooked shooter.
Those were the reasons that I would quickly say to somebody, oh, work is first. Or, just like if it was like, oh, I need my space. Mm-hmm. But I just in a relationship, I just didn't believe that it should be, number one over, your man or the family that, who's to come.
Exactly. So just like he said, don't be trying to act like you're busy. Just say you don't want to call no one. That's what a real straight shooter would say. Deanna, you not no straight shooter. You an assassin, which means you just like to take people out, period. That's what you are, an assassin. That's two different things.
So that's that.
There go that nasty attitude again. That's that. That's the end of that. Basically saying she done with the conversation. I don't want to talk no more. I'm telling you, Deanna, who want to be with you, Deanna? Who really want to be with you? I don't know who will be, Deanna. I really don't know who would want to be with you. It would have to be a man with really, really low self-esteem, a man that I don't know. I don't know what you would be doing to that man to make him put up with this attitude. Because honest with you, I don't even know a woman that would want to put up with a woman who has this type of nasty conversation. What for? Who wants this in their life? Ain't nobody looking for this. Talking about ready to love. We not ready to love this. Not at all.
I don't want to be here, and I'm pretty sure he don't want to be here either. But I'm trying to like just live in a moment, because at the end of the day, we're two mature adults.
So first of all, she just said, I don't want to be here. He doesn't want to be here. And right now I'm trying to live in the moment. Well, you're doing a lousy job. A lousy job. What was so hard about having a pleasant dinner with the person? Why must this turn into an argument? So just because you don't want to be here, or just because you don't like him in a romantic way, that means you need to be rude? That's what this means, Deanna? Girl, Deanna got problems. I don't know really what's going on. I really wish I could dissect her even more. And I don't know what all this anger issues that she harbors towards men, because it's definitely directed towards men. I really haven't seen it towards another female yet. She hasn't been catty with a female. But somehow or another, when she gets into a conversation with a man, it's always about who's got the biggest dick, right? Deanna loves to pull out her D. She really does like to pull it out. And now she's saying this, I don't want to be here at all. Girl, you signed up for this show. You act like someone dragged you on this show. You signed up for it, and this is what the show is about, going out on dates. And you may end up on a date with someone you don't like, and you may end up on a date with someone you do like. But guess what? Here you are. Hussein hasn't said anything nasty to you or nasty about you to warrant this. You know, he's a little irritated. I would be irritated too. You could tell he's irritated, but at least he's trying to have a civil conversation. And Deanna, if she says this is trying, if this is what trying is, girl, I'd hate to see what not trying looks like.
So overall, you're having a good experience, though.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Tell me about yours. What about you? Let me hear it.
This experience has me trying out things that I wouldn't do before. Unfortunately, I have to like make new connections.
Okay, so she says maybe it's going to turn for a good conversation. She says, well, unfortunately, the person she had a connection with is already gone, which was Eddie. Eddie wasn't going to like her. I don't even know why she thinks she had a shot at Eddie. You didn't have no shot at Eddie. Eddie was just trying to find someone who was going to like him. But now she says she got to make new connections because Eddie's gone, because they said Eddie was drinking too much. Maybe that's why she thinks she had a good connection with him, because he was drunk. He was drunk. So that's what it takes to hang out with Deanna. You got to be drunk. There you go, Deanna.
With the person that you were interested in, with them being eliminated, like, you know, how do you really feel like going forward? Do you feel like you have, and this is me, you know, talking or whatever, how do you feel like you have a second connection or built that you can still feel confident?
Yes.
That's good.
I do. With Eddie being eliminated, I see him in a different light.
It took the elimination to like, see that?
Yes.
It's not me just saying it.
So you can't lock in on that one connect when you first connect. You have.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me stop right here. So she says, after Eddie's gone, I think they edited it a little bit, but I think what she's saying is she must have said the guy's name. And maybe what she said, since Eddie's gone, she feels like she's seeing this other guy in a new light. And Hussein is saying, oh, for you see the other guy in a new light, it took Eddie to be gone. So it was a little bit of dig, because I can tell Hussein's a little bit irritated. But Deanna's response, let's hear the rest of it.
to explore. Feel like you was giving it a negative term, like, oh, it took somebody for eliminate for you to see somebody else the second option. No.
I just repeated what you said.
Okay, so she says it looked like you turned it into a negative. You mean like what you did earlier with your straight shooting when he told you should be able to have time to call if a relationship is priority, and you turned into a negative talking about I'm a firefighter, you a paper pusher, and you went to the negative? Is that the kind of negativity you talk about that he's bringing right now because he took your statement and made it into a negative statement? Is this a case of you can dish it but you can't take it right now? Because right now I think Hussein is fighting back. He fighting back because what he knows he has in front of him is a wild beast. And what he's saying is, you're not going to just sit here and punk me. And if you want me to get petty alongside with you, I can get a little petty with you too. And even in this little pettiness that he's doing, it's not really that much. It may be a little passive aggressive, but for the most part, he's here calling you out on your bullshit, Deanna.
To me, you said that person was eliminated. Now I seen him in a different light.
Listen, I'm gonna be real. I'm sorry. It's just awkward. I don't know what it is with you, and it felt like it's like friction. My opinion on Hussein has changed drastically. The energy is off, and it's weird. It's like I don't want to be around this weirdness.
Okay, so when he held your feet to the fire, that's a problem, Deanna. But when you said, "Let me help you out," and that's done, and all these other curt responses you had, that was inappropriate. But when he starts turning the tables on you and calling you on what you said and what you did and what you dishing out, all of a sudden it's weird. It's weird. So you can dish it, but you can't take it. And when someone else does it, it's weird. Like I said, it is weird, Deanna. It is weird. How did you get like this? Because right now, I don't know. I don't know what went on because, Deanna, you don't really even have a connection with anyone. You haven't had any real conversations with anyone. We hardly know anything about you. You didn't bring no ex. We don't know if you got any brothers and sisters, if you've been married. We don't know too much about Deanna at all. Nothing. Deanna don't tell you nothing. All she does is tell you about yourself. That's what she seems to be really good at. Telling you about yourself, what's wrong with you, what's weird, how you stupid. But she don't tell you nothing about herself whatsoever. And she the smartest thing here on the show. Okay, Deanna, let's listen to the rest of what you got to say.
I'm really straight shooter.
Okay, you're not a straight shooter, Deanna, and you need to stop saying that. You're rude. It's two different things. You're an assassin. You're not a straight shooter. You purposely try to take out people. That's something completely different. And here she is once again trying to correct someone. Basically, I'm a straight shooter. You need to be one too. Ugh. Who likes Deanna? I don't.
I don't know what's this about.
It's not friction. It's just, I guess, our conversation not probably going the way you want it, or
it's not even the way I want it.
Okay, first who's saying it is friction. It is absolutely friction. So she's right about that. So you don't need to keep denying it. But the part you said about it's not going the way you want, that is correct. Because Deanna has a way in which she thinks things should go. You know, I know Deanna can't read a room because when Deanna wore them chaps with her butt cheeks out, that told me she don't know how to read a room. Because I don't know what made her think that that was a cute outfit. Deanna lives in her own world in which she's perfect. What she does is right, and what everyone else does is wrong. You made some bad choices, Deanna. Those chaps you had on with your butt cheeks out was a bad choice. That wig you had on that time doing your confessional was a bad choice. And this attitude you have right now, these are all bad choices. I've seen a lot of bad choices by Deanna. I sure have. So, I don't know, Deanna. You need to wake up, girl.
Like, you turning something, steering it into a negative manner.
The disconnect is just there, and I don't know if it's just what it is. Yeah.
So she said that Hussein turns and steers conversations into a negative manner, but Deanna's whole conversation is negative. I can't steer nothing negative on a negative road when you already on the road. No, what I'm doing is I'm getting on the road with you. You steered the conversation to a negative road. And what I did was I got on your road and I'm negative too now. That's exactly it. But Deanna want to act like you made her swerve. Girl, ain't nobody made you swerve. This was your role. This is your lane. Negativity, big dick energy. That's all you. And what he's doing is, hey, I'll get on your road with you and I'll bring the same energy you bring in. But Deanna can't take it. She can't take it.
Understandable.
Can we get the check? So clearly, once again, me and Deanna was having a conversation that we just couldn't come to common ground. And, to be honest, I'm really not sure where the energy from Deanna comes from and how we got to this point, but it's a constant battle. Ultimately, I just needed some air.
Check, please. Check, please. Check, please. This was a disaster, a complete disaster. And like I said, I really don't know who would be in a relationship with Deanna unless you're looking for like a dominatrix type of thing and you're a man who wants to be belittled and talked down to and called names because it sexually arouses you, then you need to call Deanna. She your girl. She will get you hard as a rock. Anyway, that's it, y'all. That's all I got to talk about. Bye.